Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sunita Ravi. This is part 4 of Standard Costing and Variance Analysis. Today in this lecture I will discuss an example of labor variance. Last video I have already explained the trick to convert material variances to labor variances, and this is the question. Here there are two types of workers are given, grade A and grade B. Standard and actual information is also given. Budgeted hours, actual hours, budgeted gross production, standard loss, actual loss is also given. So based on this information we have to calculate different labor variances. So before starting the question we have to remember ST means standard time. So in order to calculate standard time is equal to standard hours multiplied by standard number of workers. Sometimes standard hours is not given, budgeted hours if it is given, that case we can multiply it with budgeted hours multiplied by standard number of workers. Second one, here it is 80 means actual time. Actual time is equal to actual hours multiplied by actual number of workers. And in order to calculate SO means standard output. Standard output is equal to budgeted production minus standard loss. Actual output is equal to budgeted production minus actual loss. Sometimes standard hours, budgeted hours, yeah, actual hours if it is not given, that case we can consider normal hours if it is given in the question. So based on this information it is better to prepare a table. So according to the question there are two categories of workers, grade A and grade B. Here it is standard and here it is actual. So first we calculate standard time and actual time. So based on this information, standard hours means budgeted hours is given 1000, and these are the information of standard. Here number of workers in case of grade A is equal to 90 and number of workers in case of grade B is equal to 60. So we calculate this. ST standard time is equal to budgeted hours multiplied by standard number of workers. So there are two grade workers, grade A as well as grade B, that is equal to, according to the question, budgeted hours is 1000. So here we write 1000, here also 1000 multiplied by number of workers in case of standard is 90 and 60. So we write it here 90, and in case of grade B worker it is 60, that is equal to 90,000, and here it is 60,000. So in this table here we have to write 90,000 and 60,000. So here we write 90,000, here we write 60,000. And according to the question rate is given 2 for A grade worker and 3 for B grade worker. So here we write 2 and 3. In order to calculate amount is equal to time multiplied by rate, that is equal to 90,000 into 2 is equal to 1,80,000, and 60,000 into 3 is equal to 1,80,000. So we can calculate the total. 90 plus 60 is equal to 1,50,000. Here it is 1,80,000 plus 1,80,000 is equal to 3,60,000. After this we can make the table for actual. So here actual hours is given 900. So actual time, so we calculate actual time for A grade as well as B grade workers, that is equal to actual hours multiplied by actual number of workers, that is equal to, for A and B 900 is given actual hours multiplied by actual number of workers is given for A grade, it is 80, and B grade 70. So here we write 80, 70, 900 into 80 is equal to 72,000, and 900 into 70 is equal to 63,000. So in this table we have to write it here 72,000, and here it is 63,000, and according to the question rate is given 2.5 and 2. So here we write 2.5, here we write 2. So in order to calculate amount, 72 into 2.5 is equal to 1,80,000, and 63 into 2 is equal to 1,26,000. Total is equal to 72 plus 63 is equal to 1,35,000, and in case of amount, total is equal to 3,06,000. After this we calculate standard output. Standard output is equal to budgeted production, that is given in the question. Budgeted production is equal to 5,000 units, that is equal to 5,000 units minus standard loss is given 20%. So we calculate 5,000 multiplied by 20 upon 100, that is equal to 5,000 minus 1,000 is equal to 4,000 unit. And we calculate actual output is equal to 5,000 minus actual loss. According to question, actual loss is given 900, so we write it here 900. So that is equal to 4,100 units. So all the information is known. Now one more important point we have to remember. If the output is given in the question, if the output is given, we have to make a change in the standard time. Standard time is equal to standard time multiplied by AO upon SO. Means wherever standard time is there, there we have to change standard time multiplied by actual output upon standard output. So we do the question. First one we calculate direct labor cost variance, that is equal to standard rate multiplied by standard time minus actual rate multiplied by actual time. So in case of output, if the question is based on output, we have to make a change, that is equal to standard rate multiplied by standard time into actual output upon standard output minus actual rate into actual time. Now there are two grade workers, A as well as B, that is equal to standard rate according to the question. Now we have to see the table. Standard rate is 2 and 3, so here we have to write 2 and 3 multiplied by standard time, that is equal to 90,000 and 60,000. So here we have to write 90,000 and 60,000 multiplied by actual output. Already we have calculated actual output is 4,100 and standard output is 4,000. So here we write 4,100 upon 4,000. Here also 4,100 upon 4,000 bracket close minus actual rate, and actual time is also given in the question, that is actual rate is 2.5 and 2. So here we write 2.5 2 multiplied by Actual time according to this question, actual time is 72 and 63. So here we write 72,000 and 63,000. So answer of A grade worker, that is equal to, after calculating this, 4500 favorable. Answer, if the answer is positive, there we have to write favorable. If the answer is negative, there we have to write unfavorable. And again, so grade B worker, that is equal to 58,500, that is again positive answer, there we write favorable. The final answer is equal to 63,000 favorable. So 63,000 favorable is the final answer of direct labor cost variance. Now, after calculating this, next we have to calculate for direct labor cost variance. So B direct labor rate variance, that is equal to actual time multiplied by standard rate minus actual rate. There is no standard time in this equation, so we don't have to change it. So there are two grade workers A and B, that is equal to actual time already we have calculated 72 and 63. So here we write 72,000, 63,000 multiplied by standard rate, and actual rate is also given in the question, that is equal to standard rate is 2 and 3. So here we write 2 and here we write 3 minus actual rate is equal to, according to the question, 2.5 and 2. So here we write 2.5 and here we write 2. So the answer is equal to 36,000. Answer is negative, so we write it here unfavorable. And in case of grade B worker, it is equal to 63,000. Answer is positive, there we write favorable. Final answer, that is equal to 27,000 favorable. After calculating this, next we have to calculate direct labor efficiency variance, that is DLEV. It is also known as direct labor time variance, that is equal to standard rate multiplied by ST minus AT. Here we have to change this ST because the question is based on output, that is equal to SR multiplied by ST into AO upon SO minus AT. And there are two grade workers A as well as B. Standard rate according to the question, that is equal to 2 and 3. So we write it here 2, 3 multiplied by standard time, already we have calculated standard time 90 and 60. So we write it here 90,000 and 60,000 multiplied by actual output. We have calculated actual output is equal to 4100 and standard output is 4,000. So we write it here 4100 upon 4,000. Here also 4100 upon 4,000 minus actual time, according to the question actual time is equal to 72 and 63. 72,000 and 63,000, that is equal to, for A grade workers the answer is equal to 40,500 favorable. Answer is positive, there we have to write favorable. And in case of B grade worker, that is equal to 4,500 unfavorable. And the final answer is equal to 36,000 favorable. And after calculating this, next we have to calculate direct labor mix variance, that is direct labor mix variance, that is equal to standard rate multiplied by RST minus AT. First we have to calculate RST. RST is mean revised standard time, that is equal to total actual time upon total standard time multiplied by standard time. So there are two grade workers A as well as B, that is equal to, in order to calculate total actual time is the total, that is equal to 1,35,000, and total standard time is equal to 1,50,000. So here we have to write 1,35,000 upon 1,50,000. Here also 1,35,000 upon 1,50,000 multiplied by standard time. Standard time for A grade workers 90 and B grade workers 60, that is equal to 90,000 and 60,000, that is equal to 81,000, and it is a grade B worker 54,000. After calculating RST, we have to substitute this values in the main equation, that is direct labor mix variance is equal to standard rate multiplied by RST minus AT. So there are two grade workers A and B. Standard rate, we know the standard rate, that is 2 and 3 according to the question, that is here we write 2 and here it is 3 multiplied by RST. Already we have calculated RST is equal to 81 and 54,000. So we write it here 81,000, 54,000 minus actual time. We already have calculated actual time 72 and 63. So here we write 72,000, and in case of B grade worker it is 63,000. So answer is equal to, for A grade worker is equal to 18,000. Answer is positive, there we write favorable. And in case of B grade worker, that is equal to 27,000, that is negative answer. So we write it here unfavorable. Final answer is 9,000, unfavorable. Now after calculating this, we have to calculate direct labor yield variance, that is equal to, in case of output we have to apply the formula, that is direct labor yield variance is equal to standard cost per unit, standard cost per unit multiplied by standard cost per unit multiplied by standard output into total actual time upon total standard time minus actual output. Now standard cost per unit is equal to total standard amount upon standard output. So total standard amount means total of amount column of standard, that is equal to 3,60,000. 3,60,000. So here we write 3,60,000 upon standard output. Already we have calculated standard output is equal to 4,000, that is equal to 4,000, that is equal to 90. Now After this we have to substitute in this main equation, that is equal to 90 multiplied by SO means 4000 into total actual time 1,35,000 and total standard time 1,50,000, that is equal to 1,35,000 upon 1,50,000 minus actual output. Sorry, actual output value is equal to 4100. So here we write 4100, that is equal to 45,000. If the answer is negative, there we have to write favorable in case of yield variance. And one more point we have to remember, in case of yield variance we don't have to calculate it for different categories of laborers or workers, we have to calculate it combinedly. But if the output is not given, there we have to calculate revised labor efficiency variance. There we calculate it for different grade of workers or laborers. And sometimes yield variance is equal to revised labor efficiency variance, but if the output is given, it is better to calculate yield variance applying this formula, that is standard cost per unit multiplied by standard output into total actual time upon total standard time minus actual output. Okay, thanks all of you.